Good evening and welcome to Light TV Main News. Quote of the day: winning souls to Christ is the greatest mission of love and purpose. The headlines: President HH champions unity and development at Kuomboka ceremony. Zambia records 12 new cholera cases. Lihefu refutes tribal claims in Kalumbila mob killing. With the news in detail, my name is Munalola Inambao Chisenga. President Hakainde Hichilema has reaffirmed his government's commitment to unity, development, and inclusive growth while speaking at the Kuomboka ceremony in Western Province. The head of state emphasized that free education remains a top priority, stating that every child deserves access to learning without financial barriers. He also highlighted the removal of examination fees as part of the efforts to ease the burden on families. President Hichilema further noted ongoing investments in schools, roads, and public infrastructure, saying these are key to improving service delivery and connecting communities. He has urged citizens to take an active role in national development, stressing that collective responsibilities strengthens democracy and national progress. The president has also praised the Kuomboka ceremony for preserving Zambia's cultural heritage and promoting unity among citizens. He says the government remains focused on building a united and prosperous Zambia through opportunities and inclusion.
It's the same love we are using, we are applying to deliver Zwelo Pili. It is that love, is that care that drives us to deliver Zwelo Pili for school children. CDF building classroom spaces for them. CDF just this smile.
President Hakainde Hichilema has ordered an urgent review of Zambia's fuel supply chain following reported shortages across the country. In a statement issued by State House Chief Communications Specialist Clayson Hamasaka, the president expressed concerns that the shortages may be linked to deliberate holding by some entities. This comes despite assurances from oil marketing companies during a recent State House meeting that the country has adequate fuel stock to meet the demands. The head of state has noted that while global supply pressures, particularly in the Middle East conflict, remain a factor, Zambia currently has sufficient fuel. The President Hichilema warned that any attempts to manipulate the supply are irresponsible, illegal, and amount to economic sabotage. He has since directed the Energy Regulation Board, working with law enforcement agencies, to immediately investigate the situations. Those found wanting risk facing strict penalties, including possible revocation of licenses. Zambia has supported the Malambo Declaration adopted during the 11th Organization of Africa, Caribbean, Pacific States Summit preparatory meetings in Malambo, Equatorial Guinea. Zambia's head of delegation, Ambassador Mary Chiwa, says the declaration is a key step towards technological, empowered, financial resilient, and global influential, or ACPS. Speaking at the Council of Ministers and Strategic Partnership session on Thursday, on the 27th of March 2026, Ambassador Chiwa said for stronger accountability, discipline, and prudent management within the organization to restore trust among member states and partners. She also described the summit theme, a transformed and renewed OACPS in a changing world, as timely urging members to strengthen cooperation and repositioning the organization in changing global environments. Ambassador Chiwa further stressed the need for institutional reforms, transparency, and sustainable financing, including adherence to assessed contributions. The Malambo Declaration aligns with the revised Georgetown Agreement of 2019, reaffirming unity, cooperation, and sustainable development. Vice President Mutalena Lumango says empowered youths are central to job creation and economic transformation in Zambia, with over 200 young people recently accessing Constituency Development Fund's empowerment loans. Mrs. Nalumango, speaking through Ministry of Youth, Sports, Arts, through the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts Permanent Secretary Kangwa Chileshe at the Zambia Youth Delivery Forum Recognition Awards in Lusaka, said the loans are helping young people utilize their skills to create employment opportunities. She emphasized that the youth's empowerment remains central to government's development agenda. A Zambia Youth Delivery Forum Executive Director Nzia Alo described young people as key partners in economic transformation, saying they are actively contributing through various projects. One of the award winners, Elina Chanda, encouraged youth to explore opportunities in areas such as green energy and innovation. The forum recognized the youth excelling in different sectors. Zambia has recorded 12 new cholera cases, up from 11 reported yesterday, being the cumulative total of 1,338 cases since the outbreak was declared on 5th August 2025. The country has also recorded 21 deaths with a case fatality rate of 1.6%. Of the new cases in Lusaka Lusaka recorded 10, while Mpulungu and Chilanga recorded 1 case each. Currently, 17 patients are admitted, with Lusaka accounting for 14 cases, Chilanga 2, and Mpulungu 1. Meanwhile, 1,300 patients have been discharged and 573 people have been vaccinated. Lusaka and Mpulungu cumulatively remain the most affected districts, with 466 and 461 cases respectively. The public has been urged to remain vigilant and continue observing preventative measures. We take a set of commercials. I will be right back.
And you're watching Light TV. Hi,
Vantu vakwatiridza mwana akari muono 13 years.
Makangopeza chance pokambana naye.
Inabotita nebunyumba.
One is plastic here. Trial may also stand up.
What's most in class? For the possibility. Mwena wa vadi na
ndawa neo pano pang'anda nisuke mbale nitape manzi natenge mwana omulye tushoni lero
mpaka chewande brain ni hapa mnika
wewe ukufa mwasera wewe matu ufwele wewe wa mwana wewe.
Welcome back. Chililabombo, a Member of Parliament, Paul Kabuswe, has commissioned and handed over key development projects funded under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. The projects include the Miteta Maternity Annex in Swilizwa Ward and the Nakatindi Market Shelter, Ablution Block, and water reticulation system in Nakatindi Ward. Mr. Kabuswe says the maternity annex will improve access to health care, noting that residents previously traveled over 15 kilometers to access maternal care. He has also announced that the disbursement of 2,759,241.19 in CDF grants to beneficiaries, urging them to use the funds as seed capital to grow their businesses. The lawmaker thanked government for increased CDF support, saying it continues to drive meaningful development in communities. He has further commended the contractor for delivering quality works on time. Mr. Kabuswe says such projects are key to improving livelihoods in Chililabombwe.
Twale pitana apatule pitana twalandile fintu fibidi muno muna katindi itwale inshupa sana aisat ba minister ndefu aya tukapange market pala pachishala chapa para paja Nzebele ba mwinga idole ya shumale talikulu batwala ishako. Bantu, building a market means that we have to build a facility like that one, ama toilets, na water reticulation, a instruction, meaning the budget is big. So I said, bring the plan. Ilo ba ishile nangisha plan, isha ikete na kushani, gabulami ni bachila landila, Kanabe se idi asitwala libomba. Limbili ashoro tufiro kubomba muna katindi. Kupango musebo, kupevinga, from Arabi, ukwisha fuminapa. One main road. So na bebele nati, ififibidi, first tuwule pochimo. Kaina mwishiba, wali wambusa. Efe yaba CDF. Ababasunako na ababasunako. So if you try to market, yes, it's true. We've never had a market in such a big word. We agree that we'll do the word. We'll do the market. So uwa kutotela number 1. Untu atontonkenye ukukusha CDF muri umusango. Noni nani akainde.
Namwala Member of Parliament Mono Mapani has urged politicians to embrace respect, dignity and civility in political engagements. He says some leaders lose elections due to aggressive conduct, stressing that politicians must uphold constitutional values and Christian principles while respecting both opponents and citizens. Mr. Mapani emphasized that leadership goes beyond politics, saying there is politics and there is life after politics, and called on maturity in public service. He has also highlighted unity, hard work, and the people-centered development agenda, pointing to the educational support and constituency development fund as key tools for development.
Today, I want to take a position and advice to fellow politicians who want to ascend to power at all costs. Let them be reminded, Zambia is a constitutional country. Zambia is a Christian nation. Zambia is a cultured nation where we should know where we are coming from, where we are, and where we are headed to. I've decided to take this position because I've heard a couple of politicians, because of what they want to get at all costs, they have lost the election. We have people now, despite the age difference, who can stand and insult the Republican president. We are saying no. We were in opposition for more than 23 years. At no time did you hear us disparaging, insulting our sitting president. The question would be, why didn't we do that? This was because we have manners and we actually respect our cultural values. And it's from those cultural values that even when we disagreed with then the Patriotic Front and government. We still did it with respect, and we showed direction. And it's actually that same culture that we have moved with it in government up to now. Even now where we are, I'm already a member of parliament, but I will still have to find a way of disagreeing with colleagues in the opposition. Why do you have to do that? It's simple. There's politics and there's life after politics. And whilst in politics, we need to show that we are actually leaders. And when you are called a leader, you need to be somebody who has all what it takes to be one. Among others, you need to have a respect for all citizens, regardless of their political status.
Northwestern Province Minister Robert Lihefu has refuted claims that the mob killing of Helen Kamtumbe in Kalumbila district was driven by tribal differences, calling the allegations false and misleading. Mr. Lihefu, speaking at a press briefing in Lusaka, clarified that the deceased was from Mutewa village in Chief Ingwe's chiefdom in Kasempa district with maternal ties to the Ingwe royal family. He warned that such claims risk fueling division and undermining ongoing investigations. The minister condemned mob justice, saying no circumstances justifies such violence. He has also urged residents of Kalumbila to remain calm as police continue investigations and apprehend suspects. Residents of Kisasa have also been urged to return to their homes, noting that officers are only picking up suspects linked in the incidents. Mr. Lihefu further called for unity, peace, and respect for the bereaved family. We take another break. On the other side, join me for sports and international news. Welcome back. In sports news, the National Olympic Academy, NOA, has taken its Olympic values education program to Mukamambo Girls Boarding School, reaching over 500 pupils with lessons on respect, excellence, and friendship. The program has delivered under the National Olympic Committee of Zambia. NOCZ was led by NOA chairperson Mwape Zulu alongside NOCZ treasurer Victor Banda and other officials. Speaking during the engagement, Mwape Zulu described the pupils as inspiring, noting that their strong knowledge of the Olympic Games and emphasizing the importance of value-based education through sports. Victor Banda encouraged learners to balance academics and physical activities and announced plans for a return visit for inter-dormitory Olympic quiz competition. School head teacher Moses Simfukwe welcomed the initiative, praising it for promoting discipline and positive values. The outreach is part of NOA's continuous efforts to promote Olympic education and youth development across Zambia. In international news, the United States, Israel, and Iran conflict has intensified, raising fresh concerns over regional stability and global oil chain supply. According to reports from The Guardian, the confrontation has escalated into a wider regional crisis, with missiles and drone exchange expanding beyond Iran, Israel, and increasing involvement of allied and regional forces. The United States has deployed additional military assets in the Middle East while diplomatic efforts are ongoing to prevent further escalation. The situation remains highly volatile with fears of a border war. The crisis has also triggered sharp disruptions in global energy markets as tension around key shipping routes, such as the Strait of Hormuz, continue to threaten the flow of oil. And analysts warn that this could push prices higher and deepen global economic pressures. Meanwhile, international calls for restraint are growing, with concerns that continued escalations could destabilize the entire region. The conflict between the US, Israel, and Iran remains unresolved and continues to evolve rapidly. A Zambia weather update for Saturday, 28 March. A Zambian weather update for Saturday, 28 March 2026. The Zambia Meteorological Department, under the Ministry of Green Economic and Environment, says most part of the country will experience cloudy, warm to hot conditions with isolated rain and thunderstorms in the evening. In the eastern, Muchinga, northern, Luapula, Copperbelt, and northwestern provinces, including eastern parts of Central Province, the evening will remain mainly cloudy and mild, with isolated showers and occasional thunderstorm actively expected as temperatures gradually drop. Meanwhile, in the western, southern, and Lusaka provinces, including western part of Central Province, conditions will be partly cloudy and slightly windy, with chances of isolated evening showers and occasional thunder, clearing later in the night. Temperatures across the country will range between 26 and 33 degrees Celsius during the day, easing into cooler and more comfortable conditions by nightfall. That is your evening's weather outlook, and that note brings us to the end of our main news. A recap of our top stories. President HH champions unity and development at Kuomboka ceremony. Zambia records 12 new cholera cases. Lihefu refutes tribal claims